Hello, and welcome back to the Cyber News podcast. I'm Niamh Ansell, a journalist here at Cyber News, and I'm joined by my colleagues and senior journalists, Ginteris Radauskas and Ernestus Napris.
Hi.
So to kick off the podcast, guys, I want you to guess who said this quote. When I heard the release demo, I was shocked, angered, and in disbelief that Mr. Altman would pursue a voice that sounded eerily similar to mine.
Donald Trump.
No. Any guesses?
It's her.
Her. Well, it is, but who is her?
A woman.
It is a woman indeed, but we need to be a bit more specific.
Tell us.
Well, this was Scarlett Johansson, the famous actor who voiced Samantha, the chatbot in the movie Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix, about a man who falls in love with a computer.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of controversy, a lot of drama surrounding the OpenAI and ScarJo scandal this week. So we'll dive in deeper to that later. But we've got a few more juicy topics that we've covered recently at Cyber News. This week, we were confronted with Microsoft's new recall feature, scary and shady, a Cybertruck theft gone wrong, and humane AI selling out. Stay tuned as we examine the ethics of AI reviving celebrities and AI media's impact on individuals in the industry and the public sphere. So,
Great.
guys.
We should start with Microsoft. It's the freshest bit, isn't it?
We should, yeah.
Ernestus, what do you think about this, and how would you even describe the feature? I'm not sure I understand what the problem is.
Neither do I.
So Microsoft introduced this new cool feature, cool probably jokingly, but it's called Recall. Basically, it's just a snapshot making tool. They call it AI-powered tool that kind of promises to act as photographic memory. So basically, it tracks all your activity while you're using the computer. So, it kind of makes you be able to quickly search the snapshots it makes to find things you did previously, but also raises quite some privacy issues and concerns because, well, imagine like never forgetting anything you see on the screen you use. So would you be happy about that?
Absolutely not. No way. What about you?
Storage is limited because the information, the screenshots are only saved on your device, isn't it? On the hard disk. It's not saved on the cloud anywhere. Well, this is what they say.
I would think that it would be, surely. Because, I don't know.
No. The official press release said that the screenshots are only saved on your hard disks on your device.
So you can only see it.
And the store, only you and presumably also people who have like your login information, so who you give it to.
Dodgy X could see what you're doing.
But knowing Microsoft, wouldn't you expect some hidden checkboxes somewhere like... do you agree to kind of send some data to Microsoft for troubleshooting and other stuff?
Yeah,
could be. But at least so far, officially, they're promising that only. So I don't know. I mean, it's still an issue to me, but I don't see that as a really huge privacy nightmare. I mean, it is problematic, and in the UK, I think regulators already asking additional information from Microsoft about the new feature. And Mozilla is worried about passwords being screen grabbed as well, but not by obviously people who are using these devices and are the owners of the devices, but maybe some, like you said, begrudged access. Or just cyber criminals who are hacking into your device and then grabbing that information of screenshots where, for example, passwords can be seen. Because as far as Mozilla is aware, Microsoft is not taking any preventive action from hiding or blurring passwords when they're on a screen in the screenshots. So that's there for the taking, I guess.
I was thinking, is there any kind of control or rhyme or reason to when these screenshots occur, or is it just all the time?
Just every few seconds, I guess. But then again, the storage is limited. So when you reach the full capacity of the storage of your device, the old screenshots are deleted. So I guess what's the highest capacity you can have? 2 terabytes, 4 terabytes? I mean, in a simple, let's say, laptop.
So then what's the point? If you're...
AI training, isn't it?
If it's not, if it's not policing your computer usage or whatever, Like Ernestus, you were saying that basically it's like if you, one of the use cases being if you like lose a document or something, and then you could retrieve it. That's the only use case that I would find
Well,
to make
maybe-
that acceptable.
You want to know what you did while using some apps or some programs or games, probably, if you want to.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. For me, it's like I'm just picturing all these corporate drones getting yelled at by their boss. Like, show me your recall.
Yeah,
What did you do this
Disgruntled
quarter?
bosses.
it's a bit Black Mirror, isn't it? There was that episode in I think the first season even when you can just like rewind
Yeah.
your iMemory. So that's kind of
It's kind of a similar thing, yeah.
But also, what I do find a possibility is, people are talking about web privacy and all that, but law enforcement everywhere have exceptions.
Yeah.
So, let's say Microsoft has his on your device. There's a database of screenshots from like I don't know a year or two, and let's say you live in Alabama or Texas, and you're a woman who decided to get
An abortion.
an abortion. It's illegal in those states, I think, and you can get jailed or fined. And then law enforcement kind of has suspicions that you've terminated your pregnancy, and the only way to check is to order Microsoft to give that information to the law enforcement officials, and then they get access to the screenshots and they see that you have visited this or that website, or maybe you're an illegal immigrant, or I don't know, you've checked how to avoid taxes, and
Or
this is like
watch
Big
child
Brotherly
pornography
for
or
sure.
something.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that's a great
that's
use
bad.
case for sure. That's bad.
Yeah,
But-
but no, financial accounts, sensitive financial information, competitors, asking, buying hackers services to do that to your device. All that is just more easily attained, I guess, for people who want harm.
But arguably, surely it's the same. Like, if law enforcement want to get that information, they will.
yeah,
by
but
scraping
I guess
your
this
device.
is easier now.
Yeah.
With this, it could be easier. But I mean, I wouldn't really worry that much. Microsoft is a pile of crap for years now, so hopefully people will keep not using it.
So it probably
But
won't work
is it
either.
just Microsoft, or
Yeah,
it's
but
kind of the
probably
trend of
all the others
tech?
are gonna
Just
Follow-
get
follow suit.
keeping tabs on everything we do.
But you can turn it off, right?
yeah.
now,
so
yes.
far, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like even today, I think I saw a notification on my Facebook account from Meta or Facebook saying that we're gonna use this and that for AI training. You can opt out, and
But can you?
you can click on that button saying that it's like sign an objection form, and you do that, and in small letters they can say we may still use the data, a certain type of data for AI training or improvement, as they call it. And no, I want to object to all of it.
Yeah.
So how can I not? And this keeps happening, and it will keep happening.
Well, yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure.
think they want what they want, and they're going to get it one way or another. So,
Yeah, the problem is that they're just too big now. So
yeah, okay. So we have another story:
do we?
the Cybertruck theft, Ernestus.
Ooh.
Do you
Oh,
know
yeah.
much
This
about
one an
this? Or
interesting
this is
one.
a
We can
this
have
is
news about Cybertrucks every week, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tesla
totally.
is probably my favorite car just because of all the news it generates. So this event has been described as one of the lamest car chases in history because the
Wasn't even a car chase. Though.
Well, yeah,
I'm sorry
it's
for
essentially
jumping.
not a
but
car chase.
well, it was
what happened? Yeah.
Yeah, basically, the suspect kind of stole the Tesla Cybertruck.
Idiot.
Kinda. Okay.
He didn't drive far because the owner always knew where he is because Tesla has all these tracking features. So the police also immediately knew where the car is, and so that ended up in a chase. The chase also didn't take long, and the police quickly arrested the guy. So the Cybertruck was found on a dirt path nearby.
I just find
Did
it
it
funny.
fit the dirt path? Okay, I'm sorry.
Like 40.
The details are missing.
Yeah.
We just know the fact that the chase happened. The suspect didn't respond to the police, tried to flee. And after a brief pursuit, the Tesla came to a stop. So the driver got arrested. The owner got back to his car.
I just imagine 41-year-old Corey Cohey of Milford just like not having a clue what anything, tech related is and just saying like, oh, this car looks cool. I'm going to steal this. Hopping in and then being like, why are they on my tail? Because everything's tracked.
We don't
You
know.
idiot.
We don't know anything about Corey Cohey of Milford,
Well, he's
Delaware.
a thief. That's what we know.
Yeah, but I mean, his motives of stealing that particular Cybertruck. To me personally, it's a very ugly car.
Yeah,
How could anyone want to steal that? I'm not
It's
sure.
hard
But
to
it's
blend in into the
expensive.
crowd.
It's not smart to steal the car, is it? What are you gonna do? Fly to Mars with it or something? Because
Maybe one
if
day.
it's somewhere, it's gonna be seen, and
Yeah.
people are gonna presume either you are the owner or you stole it from somewhere. It's not. They've been bragging about selling pre-selling hundreds of thousands of these Cybertrucks, right? For quite some time, but then it turned out they only sold 8,000, I think, in total. So,
Well, yeah, I
like
wouldn't want
everything with Elon Musk's products, it's always kinda. This vehicle was kinda stolen. X is kinda working and a safe environment for users. Yeah, SpaceX is kinda flying rockets to space.
But what
It's always
I don't
kinda.
get is, well, Tesla is always going on about how intelligent, how self-driving those cars are. So why did the genius Cybertruck started moving at all in this situation? If some guy, a thief comes to steal it, so why does it move? And then why doesn't it stop when police started chase it? So shouldn't the smart car kind of detect those situations where something is wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I have a Toyota myself. It's a pretty older car, like 10 years old, 9 years old. And I'm sure, a thief, like a professional thief could
Maybe not even
diddle
a
around with
professional.
some, yeah, but you can start it and then drive away. But then if you don't have any key, you can't really move the car. And it's a Toyota. It's a simple hybrid. And this is a supposedly highly sophisticated Cybertruck.
Impenetrable.
Yeah. How can you even, how
How
can you
did he
even
even
start
steal
it?
it?
Yeah.
How?
No
yeah.
idea. Maybe-
Unless he took the pocket, if even Teslas have pocket, keys.
Yeah. Well,
they
yeah,
have
they
key
do. They
cards or
do.
something?
They have keys, and then you can have a kind of like phone key as well. So yeah, there
So
are.
unless you've taken a phone or a key or a card from a person you were trying to
Acquainted
steal
with, yeah.
to steal the car from, you cannot move. So he must have had everything prepared.
So maybe we
in his
need
head.
to give the guy some credit because he's
Yeah.
actually very smart managing to
He's
steal-
done 9 steps, but the 10th one he missed.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I had a really crazy story actually about Teslas. Steph.
How crazy? Because
Well,
nothing's crazy about
Well, it's
Teslas.
quite mental. I think this happened like 6 weeks ago. There was a woman who was married to, I think, in the US, the chief transportation guy, and it's actually kind of a sad story. But they were on their property, like obviously massively rich, and they were drinking. And the woman wanted to drive to another part of her property, and then what happened is she got in the Tesla. It backed into a lake, and because it's impenetrable, like she couldn't get out of it. So she drowned, unfortunately.
But if it's impenetrable,
Well, she couldn't break the windows. She couldn't get out of the car. She couldn't break the windows. She couldn't do anything.
so
The next
water
update
still got
brings
in.
submarine
Yeah,
mode.
yeah.
Okay.
Because it's water can get in anywhere
Yeah,
basically.
sure.
But yeah, I mean, Tesla isn't all it's cracked up to be, I guess.
I think Musk said once when he was still sane, I think that in the future, driving cars could be forbidden because self-driving cars could actually be safer.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure.
I'm not
With
convinced.
all the glitches that Teslas keep facing.
This week I had a story where a guy also driving Tesla on a full self-driving mode, and when he went to the train railroad crossing, while the train was moving, the car did not recognize it, so he kind of at the last second turned the car himself and slammed into the sign, road sign, I think. So yeah,
But he made it out the way of the train.
yeah, he did not hit the train because
that's
he took
good.
the wheel at the last moment.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever Musk is saying, I mean, that thought itself is interesting. That maybe self-driving modes will be easier and safer eventually, but that's pretty far in the future, I would say. For now, there's hacking opportunities. You know, you're in a car, it's driving you somewhere, and then it gets hacked, and then and then it directs you into a lake or wherever, you know, off a hill. So yeah.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to get a Tesla about a year
they're
or two
pretty
ago.
cool.
They're good looking, but one pros right about cars, especially electric ones, and it's probably not very correct to say this, but the Chinese ones are not really worse, and they have higher mileage, they have
And they're
higher
cheaper,
power,
no?
and they are cheaper, and they're better built in general.
The one problem with Chinese electric cars, I tested one and you could find some communist propaganda in its media center.
Well, you get Musk propaganda or Chinese propaganda.
Yeah,
It's
you
all
can
the
Yeah.
same.
What's the lesser of two evils? I wonder.
Yeah. Move on,
Yeah,
right?
moving on to Humane AI. And they're selling out their company, it seems, because the Humane AI pin is not what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, it's a wearable personal AI assistant
A
pin.
gimmick, for want of the best word.
Yeah, it's called Humane. It started out with a bang, you know, buy this and never have to face any problems and looking at your phone, it will not be needed anymore or whatnot. The Rabbit R1 device is kind of the same,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of hype, it's a lot of talk, but it's a lot less of usefulness.
Well, yeah, I was
Just
saying
so many negative reviews for a reason, because these devices are just crap.
they don't work. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just crap, and it's all PR, it's all marketing, and I presume people behind the product still made a lot of money.
Well, yeah,
No-
it's like $700 a pop, and then you have to
and then you
have
to
a 24 months, $24 subscription.
Yeah,
I think it's investors who paid the money probably because
Well, OpenAI invested a lot in Humane.
did they?
Yeah, well, Sam Altman, I think personally, which
Well,
is,
okay.
I think slap anything AI
If Sam
on it,
Altman
then-
lost any money, Schadenfreude it is. I have to say, who's gonna want to buy the Humane AI, the whole product?
No, well, it's a failed.
It's failed.
failed.
So if they want to sell it, and they do want to sell it for $750 million to $1 billion, I think it's impossible.
I mean, sell what though? Do they have like
do they
a
have?
model,
do you
or do
sell
they
the
have
idea?
Do they sell the like technical aspects of it that like?
Well, if it's an
Appreciate it.
Android app, as is Rabbit R1, there's nothing to
But
sell
then,
really.
but
is
then
it?
they've slapped the word AI on there, right?
Well, who doesn't these
and
days?
no, of course, AI washing is a massive thing, but like, does it contain any contain any AI? But you know what I mean. Does it like use AI?
I guess so.
So are they going to sell that? Are they going to sell like?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
it's
who's going to want to buy
I
that?
think they're just trying to get some money out of the desperate situation. Just sell it and get the hell out of here. You know.
Yeah.
You know, do something else because
or
this
it
is
was
done.
just
This is
a pump
over.
and dump scheme, just failed one. The first part didn't go very well.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, like we already said in one of the previous episodes here, that we talked about Rabbit R1. And, you know, why do we have to get attracted by these marketing fads? Basically, like, oh, look, there's a device you can put in your phone. It's orange, or it's like whatever, a pin, and
Yeah.
just take out your phone, and it's pretty useful, you know. And it's quite small, it's quite convenient, and you can also chat with people live.
Yeah, and we're creatures of habit. We've been
Yeah.
using this kind of tech for ages, and like I mean, I know for like my parents' generation and all that kind of stuff, it wasn't easy for them to adapt.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah, of course.
who is this marketed towards? Like, who is going to? I guess all like the tech bros and all that kind of stuff.
And also some idiots, I guess.
Yeah, people who will play into like the gimmick and the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say idiots, but because some people
you
are
did.
tech enthusiasts. Yeah, sorry.
You just did.
Some people are tech enthusiasts who will try anything new. No, without any, maybe even stopping to think.
Yeah.
Is it really worth the cash and whatnot? But
Well, they
some,
won't like.
some of them, like me, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not a the one who waits. I'm not a tech conservative, but I'm somewhere in the middle. But I'm definitely wouldn't have bought the new Pin or a Rabbit R1 device. Just like, oh, it's out there. I'm going to pre-order this. No, I'm maybe going to wait for reviews. Even the Vision Pro, for instance. Like, I wouldn't buy it.
I'd be interested to like try it out, but I wouldn't pay my own money.
Yeah,
for
try it out. Free trial. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
For sure, but not more. What about you, Ernestus?
I'm thinking about Musk's implants, if I would like to try those.
Don't think you need them.
Do they come with a subscription, or you can just keep using them for free?
I mean, I'm not sure you'd want them after all of the debacle that they.
Look, I think if you subscribe to Neuralink, you also get a free subscription to X Blue,
and Grok,
X
yeah.
Blue or something. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it's worth your money. I don't know.
Yeah, as I said previously, I think those devices, AIs in the box, as they are so called, like kind of is a step back because phones do everything better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we said, I mean,
The more reliable.
the phones will get better, and Microsoft as Microsofty as it is, it's still introducing AI into its laptops. So I think they're gonna sell it to the smartphone makers and all that, and it's gonna be introduced in many devices that we actually use
instead of making a standalone
now.
product, which is just like an addition to your phone,
Yeah.
or it's meant to overtake your phone,
And
but
the
it never
Rabbit
will.
R1 is just an app. It's
Yeah.
just an app,
Yeah.
basically.
But I would gladly use a humane brain implant, a little AI voice in your head that keeps talking to you while you're walking around.
Are you that bored?
Why would you want that? Isn't that your conscience?
Because
Do you not have
I
one?
thought everyone is having conversations with him or herself anyway.
Yeah, that's
Are
called
you?
your conscience,
Yeah, exactly.
which
Why
Ernestus
would you need
obviously
to
doesn't have.
generate more of it? Yeah, well, I don't know.
Well,
Guys, do you want to play a little game?
absolutely.
Sure.
Just for a little rest, right? So I'm going to read 5 quotes to you from famous tech dudes or dudettes. And you will have to guess who said it. I'm not going to give you options. You will just have to guess.
Elon Musk.
For everything.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Yes, so here comes the first one. We're already cyborgs. Your phone and your computer are extensions of you, but the interface is through finger movements or speech, which are very slow. Who said it?
Who said it?
I have no idea. King of England.
No, these are tech people, famous tech people. So that's not.
We are already cyborg. Zuckerberg.
No, come on. He's
He's a lizard
he's
person.
generated.
To be fair,
He's
so
an AI generated person.
That's
Yeah.
someone from academia, I believe. No.
No. They're pretty famous. Look, they're very famous. They're one of the few true tech billionaires. So
Bezos.
Bezos.
no, Elon Musk, of course.
Oh,
Who's of
I
course
was gonna-
trying to speed up all the
All the
finger
Neuralink,
movements and speech
yeah.
through Neuralink. Great success there.
Oh God, yeah, we failed on that one.
Yeah. All right. Next one. The future is going to be good for the AI regardless. It would be nice if it were good for humans as well. This one is not a billionaire,
Bill
Uh-huh.
Gates.
but he's been in the news lately. No, not Bill Gates.
Not billionaire.
Not billionaire, but someone who's been in the news.
Can I give
recently.
you more hints? He worked with Sam Altman just
Yeah.
recently, but he
Oh,
doesn't
Ilya,
any-
what's his face?
his
Sorry,
face is very nice, but
his face is very nice.
it's
I can't
Ilya
pronounce his-
Sutskever. He's
yeah.
OpenAI's former chief scientist who just resigned
That's an
after being in
interesting
limbo
statement.
for a few months already, and he was the one actually trying to initiate Altman's removal from the company last year due to, I think, ethical considerations
Yeah.
about the push, Altman's push into commercialization of AI in the company. Right. Okay.
Cool.
So it's
Got that
zero,
one, yes.
0 from 2. Nice. Okay. Number 3. I choose a lazy person to do a hard job because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. I love this quote because
That
it's
is a
about
great quote.
jobs, right? And it's about a good way to do a
It's not a
hard
Steve
job
Jobs.
lazily.
No, it
No. But this
would be great if you said that though.
this name has been mentioned already by one of you today.
Altman.
Jeff
Oh,
Bezos?
Bill Gates, it is.
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an older quote, of course. lazy persons will not be needed because AI will do shit for us. That's right. So we'll only have to supervise it. If
When
only
did he
for
say
so
that?
long.
Yeah,
Do you know?
yeah. They said
long
also
ago?
that we will create music and poems while AI does the hard work. But look where we are now.
Yeah.
For now, yes, but maybe we will create a symphony next year or something while AI will do
Symphony.
some work for us. I don't actually know when he said this, but it's presumably after
predate
the 90s. It's
A-
not
it
now.
predates
It's
AI then?
earlier, yeah.
Or wait, no, maybe not. I
It
don't know.
predates AI.
Predates,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Because he would obviously be mentioning artificial
Hmm.
intelligence for sure. All right, number 4 then.
We're not doing very well at this.
Well, okay. Number 4. We have a responsibility to protect your data, and if we can't, then we don't deserve to serve you.
Zuckerberg.
Yes, for
Yeah!
sure.
Which is so ironic.
Yeah, he was commenting on the infamous Cambridge Analytica scandal.
Ah, yeah.
That's basically a lie, a huge fat lie that
Well, yeah.
Zuckerberg just said. Not just said, but it was 2016, 17, 18, I think, some around that time. So yeah, liar, liar,
Pants
liar.
on fire.
Yes, and also okay, the last one, Ernestus, it's your chance to get a draw here. It's tomorrow's engineering today. So you're going to live in the future and you're going to do it today. Hint,
Doesn't ring a bell, yeah.
it's about a product released this year.
Oh. Product release. That doesn't really narrow it down.
Well, it's a very,
Do we know about the product?
sure, we've written about it and we've talked
Satya
about
Nadella
it.
probably about Microsoft, those new laptops, no?
Yeah.
Nah. Nvidia man.
Oh no, come on. It's Tim Cook on the Vision Pro.
Oh, what's Vision Pro?
You don't know?
It's actually interesting because it's been released. It was released this year, beginning of the year.
Nobody talks about it anymore.
No,
Exactly. Yeah.
literally no one.
It's been a few months, but nobody cares about the Vision Pro anymore. And then it seems that
Yeah, because it's boring.
sales are lagging as well. It's 400,000 units sold. That's not a lot.
People are only here for the hype, and then the hype goes, and they can't show off.
Well,
their
who
funny
knows? Maybe
little
the
tech
device will
device.
get better. It'll get cheaper, maybe, but it's just so expensive. I'm pretty sure Meta Quest devices are being bought more widely than the Vision Pros because
they're
they're like
cheaper.
10 times cheaper. So yeah,
And they probably do the same thing,
yeah,
really.
yeah. Well, yeah, true, exactly. And now Meta is going after your data on Facebook, anyways, right? For
Terrifying.
AI training.
Well, were they not doing that before, or
I
are they just telling us
that?
they're doing it now?
Yeah, who knows with Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they're telling us, that's at least a good thing. And I mean, they're playing a catch-up game with AI. I think still,
Mm-hmm.
OpenAI is further ahead, and Google as well with Gemini's and everything.
Mm.
But Meta is gonna catch up soon. But we're maybe are due to talk about OpenAI.
Yeah.
again.
Speaking of OpenAI,
Yeah, because this has been all over the news this past week. The company for different reasons, but I think they're all related and can be described by a single word:
what?
mess. It's a mess.
Mess.
It's a mess. It's a mess, right? We can start maybe with the legal drama bit.
Yeah.
Because at first we said today already, Satskever has left the company, and then his colleague Jan Leke, his colleague in OpenAI's super alignment team. This is a group of employees focused on researching future risks of rogue AI. He also quit and later said on X that safety culture and processes have taken a backseat to shiny products in OpenAI.
Well, yeah, they're dropping like flies, it seems.
Yeah, so Altman was trying to kind of remain civil in public, like these posts on X thanking Satskever for his work, calling him a dear friend. Really?
Yeah, sure.
You call a dear friend a person who supposedly tried to remove
Oust
you.
you from your own company.
Yeah, and then he was kind of in the company, but not really. So it was kind of a limbo situation for at least 5 months. And now he's finally officially out. Satskever is, and he's supposedly excited about his new project. Who knows what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be related to AI one way or another. But Leke's quotes were quite interesting because there's been talk in the tech world that OpenAI has kind of chosen the way of commercialization of its of the company, whereas the mission should be to create a safe AI and responsibly develop the technology so that it wouldn't hurt humanity, you know. But
But
I
that's
guess
unlikely.
Altman has chosen another path, and also even more importantly, I would say, bad news followed when Kelsey Piper, a journalist at Vox, said that she had seen the extremely restrictive offboarding agreements that former OpenAI employees are subject to, and obviously, of course, non-disclosure agreements are not unusual in Silicon Valley. It's highly competitive and
Don't want any company secrets
and
getting
everywhere
out,
you
yeah.
have those agreements now in Europe, wherever. I mean, you kind of non-competitive clauses or whatnot, non-compete, non-disclosure, NDAs and whatnot. So, but what OpenAI, at least recently, used to do was that employees had to sign these provisions that forbidded them forever from criticizing OpenAI.
That's outrageous.
And even acknowledging that such an NDA exists is a violation of an agreement so far. Most importantly, if an employee violates the agreement or doesn't sign it before joining the company, they can lose all vested equity earned during their time at the firm. And that's millions of dollars in companies such as OpenAI. It's usually just as much or even more than your yearly salary. So there's a huge stake for you to keep quiet, basically.
Yeah,
and that's
shut
just unfair, you know. This was actually confirmed by one of OpenAI's former employee, I have to say, Daniel Kakotayo, who said that he had to surrender a huge sum of money in order to quit without signing the document. He still did. That's kudos to him.
Good on him, yeah.
Yeah, but that's just. What do you think? We have this sacred cow of.
There are no sacred cows.
Yeah, but don't touch tech businesses because they're so valuable and whatnot, and businesses should regulate themselves, or something. But then, shouldn't this kind of contract signing practice be looked at by the regulators more closely? Would you think?
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, to me, it just seems outrageous that you can, like, that shouldn't be legal, really, to turn around and go, you can never criticize. I get it, not sharing company secrets and kind of divulging information that shouldn't be divulged, but to not have the opportunity to criticize a company that you worked for. Like, I mean, Glassdoor or whoever would be out of business. Like, I mean, people should be allowed to criticize a company that they work for if they're not doing well for their employees.
Well, what about whistleblowing as a thing, as well? That's a protection usually in countries. You can whistleblow on companies that they're doing some bad stuff. And OpenAI is one of the candidates to be doing something suspicious, super alignment, super general artificial intelligence and whatnot. Who knows what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And if you see something fishy, you want to report it, and now you can't because you're going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah. It's blackmail.
It is. And yes, you sign, but who's going to... Okay, maybe it's a business tactic to get only the very loyal kind of
sheeple,
zombie employees, right?
Robots.
Yeah, I should just go to China and hire people there, I guess. They're not going to talk, I guess. What do you think, Ernesto?
Yeah,
For me, it kind of contradicts what they are saying and what they are actually doing, because they always talking about creating the responsible AI, like this sacred mission or whatever, and what they are actually doing. It seems everything is unethical, both towards employees, both towards the keeping just the company shit together. But
they have a veneer of like responsibility and that kind of like, oh, we're doing everything we can to make it, accessible. And
just because a
and
person, in this case Sam Altman, is saying these things
doesn't mean it's true.
Every day, every time he says that, it sounds even more empty because of all the real things happening. And it's just it's as if like a CEO of a highly pollutive oil company keeps saying that we're doing everything to keep our planet clean and safe
Yeah,
and green,
and stop climate
at the same
change.
time, whole towns are drowning in oil, or seas.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I'm sorry, Sam, but you're not good.
Well, Sam has been in a bit of trouble as well with celebrities even. I mean, we talked about the Scarlett Johansson thing earlier on in the show, and OpenAI is once again in the spotlight as a recent controversy over one of ChatGPT's new voices, Sky, caused one celebrity to do a double take. Scarlett Johansson then responded to the claims that the voice sounded eerily similar to hers and spilled all the information on what happened in the lead up to the creation of Sky. So what
happened? Yeah, because I find it. I know not the intricacies, but the skeleton of the story, right? But what happened, and then we talk about.
So yeah, OpenAI puts one of its voices, out there called Sky, and
in its new
for GPT-4o.
Yeah, the one that is not actually working yet.
Yeah, the one that's not out
They've
yet.
been delaying shit over there. People are angry.
Yeah, people are angry.
Once again, promising one thing
and delivering
not delivering it.
Yeah, nothing. So this voice is likened to Scarlett Johansson, but what's juicy is that allegedly, according to Scarlett Johansson, Sam Altman approached her and said, "Hey, we want to license your voice. Can we hire you?" Because it says she said that last September I received an offer from Sam Altman, who wanted to hire me to voice the current GPT-4o system. He told me that he felt that by voicing the system, I could bridge the gap between tech and companies and creatives and help consumers feel comfortable with the seismic shift concerning humans and AI.
Can I interrupt? Even this quote sounds so insane.
Bullshit.
Why do you even write about seismic shifts concerning just there's a thing you want to do, hire an actor for her voice, do that, and don't come on, I mean, maybe he didn't say that, but it sounds so empty,
lame,
vain and everything, Oh my god.
Yeah, it is insufferable, basically.
It is. If he's like this to his husband, oh my god.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Get out.
Get out of bed. No, I want to think about humanity every day.
Shut
Jesus
up.
Christ. Yes.
Anyway, so because of personal reasons, she claims, Johansson denied Sam Altman. And we've all seen that tweet, right, where Sam Altman just says the word her in his tweet.
I thought it was just dreamy again.
Well, yeah, he's whatever. But she basically believes that Sam Altman insinuated that the voice was likened or was related to her likeness because of that tweet. Like it's an admission of guilt, essentially. And so then Altman, I think a few days either after or before the voice was released out into the wild, he contacted Johansson's agent and asked them to reconsider the offer, even though the voice was out there anyway.
I think it was a few days before it was released publicly, but it's already out there.
But it's already been developed
sure.
whatever. And then, basically she said she was appalled and all of that kind of stuff, that her family, friends and media outlets couldn't even distinguish whether it was her voice or the voice of Sky. So that's kind of what's happened. There's been some developments.
Yeah, the Washington Post had a story late Wednesday, I believe, saying that obviously they got the information from OpenAI. I would say that they didn't clone Johansson's voice. They didn't train the system of Johansson's like professional output or whatnot, like from the movie Her, right?
Yeah.
They did hire a professional actor. Presumably they had an audition for voices.
Well, they said that they have been working with actors like over like a 5-month period, essentially. So they wanted like non-unionized,
obviously.
actors who I guess that means they're not like famous and world renowned, but I don't know, maybe not.
I think they were just looking for the voice to to sound as close as possible to Johansson's voice in the movie Her.
But I feel like I
That's
feel
it.
like he's covering his tracks with
Obviously, yeah.
because I swear, don't the Washington Post, and I don't know, this is my thought.
Yeah.
If the Washington Post and OpenAI have a relationship, do they have any relationship to each other, or? Because I don't know. I thought I saw that somewhere, but don't.
OpenAI
Sue me.
has more and more relationships
peop-
with different news outlets for training AI models, but I don't think Washington Post is among the organizations
Maybe
that
it was the
has
New
an
York
agreement.
Times or something.
But I think they just sent, the information about the fact that it's not Scarlett Johansson's voice that you
Yeah.
cloned or whatnot to many news outlets, and
Yeah, trying to
maybe
cover
others
their
have,
back.
have reported on that too. I just read the Washington Post story, but still, I mean, why would you then, even if it's not like directly cloned or trained on Johansson's voice, it's sort of a deep fake, isn't it?
Well,
Anyways.
yeah.
You were looking
You've
for
listened to
someone.
it.
So
You've
what
listened
scammers
to it.
would
Sorry
do,
to
just
interrupt
clone
you.
your voice and try to get financial gain from that.
Yeah, to call Altman a scammer. No, I'm just
I'm
kidding.
not calling him a scammer, of course, but anyway, I didn't like the flirty Sky voice anyways.
It's very weird, yeah. Very weird, like sexually suggestive almost, is what I've heard.
I think it's a fetish of Altman's. Then he is a fan of the movie Her,
Yeah.
so I guess he wanted his fantasy to become true or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Still, I just there's been some all these stories about Altman. It's just a little bit. It's throwing a big shade over his personality for me, at least, and whenever we think that people repeating these mantras about how they're here to save humanity, I think we should remember that businesses are here for their bottom line, and that's profit.
Also, thou doth protest too much if you are constantly preaching to the choir about how you're doing good for humanity. Surely there's some shady things you're doing behind the scenes.
Yeah, and you're not even doing anything. It's not even your mission to do anything good for humanity. I'm pretty sure Zuckerberg's and Musk's and Altman's of the world, they don't even believe that. They just have to say it so that they would keep the regulators off their backs. I mean, the whole culture of business doing in America has changed. I'll be reading this book called Evil Geniuses by Kurt Anderson, the writer from the New York Magazine, and he's been raging about how the U.S. economy landscape has changed since 1980 when Reagan came into office. Antitrust kind of declined. The right-wing organizations have been infiltrating academia and the Supreme Court and whatnot, and all these new laws have been helping big businesses get even more bigger, and their profits to get larger, and taxation to get lower, and all those things. They're now too big to fail, these big tech companies. There are some cases going at the Federal Trade Commission, but I'm pretty sure they're not going anywhere. Microsoft was sued in 1971 for monopolistic practices, but then 9 years later, because that's how long it took, Reagan came into office the very next day or month, I would say. The law was just discontinued. No point.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get off the business's back. I don't know. Yeah. So, what else did you want to explore? Because that's just pretty depressing.
Yeah,
what I'm
to be fair,
saying. So,
pretty nihilistic. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't think this is much more cheerier. Sorry, but talking about AI kind of using people's likenesses, resurrecting people, exploiting celebrities. Like, I know you had an opinion the last time
Did I? No.
of course, Skinterest always has an opinion. It was basically on when we were talking about deepfake pornography,
Yeah.
and we talked about Taylor Swift in particular.
Yeah.
And you were basically saying that should celebrities be allowed to have a problem with people using their likeness if
They're seeking fame.
yeah, Essentially. So I kind of wanted to talk about that. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, I kind of already know what you think of it, but
Don't look at
has
me
your-
then. Look at Ernestus. then.
Ernestus,
Yeah, so what's the question?
the question is, do you feel like celebrities should be getting butthurt and annoyed and even suing people for using their likeness when they're in the public eye?
Well, would I have a bad hurt if somebody stole my appearance? Yeah, probably I would. Yeah. But if someone offered to pay me, maybe I would sell my
But would it have to be a subscription or not?
Subscription to
10
Ernestus's
bucks and
likeness.
it's yours.
And that's
I'm
it.
buying
10
that.
months every month then, I guess, for the rest of your life. $100.
Yeah, being
100.
serious. Well, I think. Well, if what do you own as a person? Even if you're a celebrity, is your appearance actually yours? Then, so if it is, then you have to decide where you want to use it, and you have the final word on that, and that should probably be just it. Well, who owns the appearance? If it's the person who owns the appearance,
Yeah.
But I guess celebrities like do own their appearance. They
so-
presumably own them as in like
Intellectual property.
well,
isn't it?
yeah, kind
Physical property.
of. Yeah. Well,
I'm
what
not
ki-
sure
it's
about the
property.
laws now, but I'm pretty sure they're still going to work on the laws defining AI usage and appearances and voice likenesses. And
It's everything to actors and
up until
singers
now,
and-
even if you took the Mickey Mouse and try to do something with it, you will get sued by Disney.
yeah,
So I think it's kind of the same. Your appearance is your kind of.
and it's your brand.
Yeah.
Also, if you're a famous person,
yeah,
so
but
it's how you make your money, and then you could sue because Scarlett.
Well,
Johansson-
what if you rent your appearance, your replica? Do you remember Joan is Awful
Yes,
from Black
yeah.
Mirror? So that's kind of a reverse kind of situation, right?
Yeah, they're doing it without her, against her will.
Yeah, true. Okay, but what if
She
you're
didn't read
what if
terms
you're
of
Scarlett
service.
Johansson or I'm Scarlett Johansson?
Ooh.
And I do want to rent my replica to be used because that would be I would just be like a go-to replica all
and just
over
sell
the
it
world.
or
There's somebody
put it on
that
public
does
domain.
that.
Yeah.
There's somebody that already does that. An actor. I've forgotten who they are. I think an actor somewhere overseas. I think
Can we see her or him on Shutterstock? Maybe no,
I have no idea.
because people have been selling their images, right? Their faces for like say,
Like stock photos.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean,
Well, I guess if it's used without your permission, obviously that's a problem. You know, be you celebrity or be you not. Who cares? I mean, we're not famous so far, but
yeah, not yet.
But I mean, it's still illegal to use your appearance for. It's copyrighted by me, or isn't it? I mean, have
Maybe
we?
your parents should get the commission.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
they
but
made
do
you.
we have a legal right to our own appearance, faces, in the using of it?
I have no idea.
I think that there is a right, at least in the European Union.
Well, yeah, European Union is good for our privacy and copyright, but I'm not sure actually. So, you know, do you think, although that OpenAI still used Scarlett Johansson, even though they say they didn't?
Absolutely. I think so. I think, you know, these like big tech people, I think when they have a vision and they want to do something, especially if it's like for personal gain and they can incorporate it into their, you know, little tech world, then they're going to want to do it. I think your theory is correct. I think he has some kind of weird
Fetish.
Yeah, fetish or like fixation on the movie Her. And he wanted to emulate, you know, Samantha, the chatbot that Joaquin Phoenix falls in love with. Because why else would you tweet that? Why would you just tweet Her? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then you approached the actor who did the voice of the chatbot for your own chatbot. And then, weirdly enough, your chatbot starts sounding exactly the same. There's no coincidence to me. There's like a string of situations
and
that
now
have occurred.
and now they have to remove the option
Yeah.
to have that. They suffer as a company
they've put it
reputational
on
damage.
pause, they've said, but that essentially means it's dead in the ground.
For me, Sam Altman for a while kind of acts like a man on the top of the mountain while not being on the top of the mountain. So it feels like
Yeah, he
Yeah.
feels AI generated Jesus, sort of.
Shrimp Jesus?
He feels like it, I think. Shrimp Jesus.
Shrimp
yes.
Jesus?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit like these people in high tech and big tech communities and business leaders. They kind of believe their own visions and they start living in their own
Fictional, yeah,
ecosystems and
fantasy.
yeah, and also they just, like I said, they just don't care.
Mm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the way Altman approached Johansson and still used a voice very, very similar to Johansson's. Does he care?
No, don't
He's
think
gonna
so.
maybe pay a fine. Johansson is litigious.
Yeah.
She's done that before, but
also
Does he
stealing a
care?
single voice is such a small bit compared to the whole human knowledge they stole to train the AI.
oh yes, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but we're not all famous.
I hope
so we
in
can't
her
object.
lawsuit Johansson mentions that as well.
Yeah,
The
very
whole-
profound.
Yeah,
thing
the
to
whole
have.
theft of data for training the models, bastards.
I was wondering, speaking of like deep fakes, because you mentioned that it was a deep fake. Have you seen any interesting deep fake use cases, like actual things that you would look at and go, oh, okay, that's kind of a positive way of using deepfake technology? Because we hear so much about all the negative impacts of deepfake technology, people using this without the consent and all that kind of stuff. But have you seen any like positive use cases for it?
Well, no, I don't know. I wouldn't call it positive, but I've seen Hitler's speech translated, like made his lips move, he was speaking English, and then one of his speeches. In the speech itself, there's nothing overtly anti-Semitic or racist or.
Also,
or
I'm
those
confused how
Instagram
that's
filters that
positive.
make you into a cat.
it's a history lesson. isn't it?
Fair. It's just you
So,
said
like I
adult
Like I
Hitler.
said, I don't know. I haven't seen anything else, but I have noticed myself sometimes seeing presumably real videos of people speaking and then having doubts in my head: is this real or not?
Mm.
Because that's what AI does to you. Well, to
Sorry,
me,
I
at
can't
least.
get
Yeah.
over that.
What about you, Ernestus?
Yeah, for me, the best improvement is all those Instagram filters where you can look like a cat or something.
But that's old news now.
Yeah.
Maybe you will appear like a real cat someday.
Nice.
I have another question,
Do
and
you
not
know?
related to adult Hitler or anything like that. But
Proceed with caution.
I
mate.
will. Well, actually, yeah, this might be. Should we welcome? You know, we have all these things like the Sora, OpenAI Sora, and stuff that can generate, you know, high fidelity video in like 60 seconds and all that kind of stuff, which is naturally going to disrupt like the film, TV industry, which like Scarlett Johansson is a part of, and all the other actors out there that are getting deepfaked and cloned and whatever. But should we welcome AI into the film and television industry, do you think? Or should we leave these spaces to be exclusively human?
I don't know. I'm
Do
pretty
you
sure
care?
they're
Like-
welcomed by the executives anyway. They're here.
Well, yeah, I guess it's cheaper and
I mean,
maybe
the
not more
technology,
reliable, but-
the imagery making, everything's done with the help of AI. I mean, things have been done with the help of AI of computers, of technology for ages, like the VX effects or whatnot. It's, you know, look at all the Marvel films. It's the 20% human, 80% what?
So, yeah.
CGI.
Yeah.
But does it matter to you guys, like when you watch something?
For me,
like,
what matters it's the content. Is it good? So
Yeah.
how did you?
So
come up-
writing is actually more important. Writing should remain human because creativity is not something AI does very well so
No.
far, and
No.
creativity is the thing that still separates us. And unless the systems train themselves
Mm-hmm.
so well that they're going to surpass us in creativity as well. But I don't think that's about to happen anytime soon.
No.
So writing, content for a film, series, whatever, theater. There was this creepy video from a graduation ceremony somewhere in the United States.
Mm.
It was a pretty prestigious university, and they had a robot, like AI,
Mm.
Android, whatever, delivering a speech to students. They had a petition before that saying that no, Piss off. We don't want a robot speaking to us. Like,
Yeah, what's the
what's
point?
this? And the university still decided to put the robot on stage and let it speak to the students. It's just so creepy.
So impersonal.
It's so
so
creepy as
impersonal.
well. And I don't want that anytime. Do we expect to see, I don't know, AIs in theaters, in like real theaters where actors act?
Well,
Broadway?
ABBA got brought back as a holographic performance. There was a whole tour where ABBA was.
Well, bring back Nirvana for
hell
a show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I'd appreciate that. What do you think?
I'm not against it, but the AI must be good at that. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It must be good. Unless, if it's not good, like what's the point then?
yeah, exactly.
You know. Did we answer your question? What do you think yourself?
I agree that I feel that AI should kind of maybe stick to the more technical parts of film and TV, and the writing and the kind of intimate emotional moments should be left to human beings who can resonate with each other and know what we want out of content. So like,
Would you watch a movie that's 100% created with AI, including the script, the visuals, the audio?
I can just imagine it being so dull. Like maybe the effects and like
For
the,
now, yes, but maybe 5 years in the future. Or do you think that still
I
we'll
think-
be able to to see that it's
I
made
think so
totally by
because
AI?
like I don't think it's ever going to be able to replicate like the human condition or the human emotions or
Look, but we still play video games, and obviously
Yeah, but they're
there's
still
no
created by
actors.
people.
Yeah, okay, but still, this is you still identify sometimes with the characters in video games, and
Yeah.
they're created with a computer.
But isn't that
By
because
a
of the
human,
wa-
yes,
Isn't
the
that because of the
writing
way they're
again.
written? Exactly, the way that they're written and the nuances they have. Like I don't think like AI is very good at being nuanced. Is it?
Yeah, and
So
I hope it stays that way.
yeah, same. But yeah, so
Let's
excellent.
go get beers now. Yeah.
Let's go get beers. Right. Thank you, everyone, for staying on and listening to us. I've been Neve Ansel with...
Still are.
I still am, and I will remain to be until next week, maybe.
Unless you're fired and
yeah,
replaced by an AI.
It's always possible. Yeah, well, thanks. I've been Neve Ansel and will be Neve Ansel. This is Ernestus Napris and Ginteres Radauskas.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.